Good afternoon. Welcome back to my Shroom Fume advocacy videos. I would like to advocate smoking mushrooms or vaping mushrooms. Well, this episode is going to be about the devices I have chosen to smoke with my Shroom Fume. So, right here to give a recap on the last few episodes, I have developed a mushroom vape solution based upon 6 mushrooms, and my 6 mushrooms are agaricon. If you look at what it says on the package, boost immunity, long life. It had cordyceps. If you read the label, it says energy support, immune balancing properties. Next we have turkey tail. And I understand if you look up turkey tail on the internet, you'll see that it has a lot of potential for medical use, immune support and defense, it says. Next is chaga. Chaga is interesting. It is used in Russia, mixed in with hot water as a drink. It says balance, restore, and relax. We have lion's mane. Lion's mane is focus, clarity, and mood. It's along with our nervous system. And tiger milk. Here, I'll bring this really close. Perhaps it can be less blurry. Healthy lungs. Now, I used 1 gram of each, put it into my trusty vial, and I mixed it here with this and I weighed it on this first. I got this scale. It has a USB port so you can charge it. Second reason why I got this particular one is because it came with a shroud, a wind damping shroud, because essentially I am weighing dust. I mean, a gram is a gram. So a gram of each goes in here. 100 milliliters of glycerin I mix with it. On a mixing table, mind you, over a period of time. An hour and a half usually. Anyway, and then extraction, and then I get, right now I have 12 ounces of vaping fluid, mushroom vaping fluid ready to vape. 360 worth of fluid goes to the FDA for approval, that being a year's consumption. Potentially, mind you. And the reason why it's a year's consumption amount is this being a industry average, or what is in here is 1.8 milliliters, which is 20 cigarettes. And that's what makes that. So I cleared this table off so I can bring to the table. For example, if this is my lounge setting, I have 2 chairs, smoking partner, buddy, I want to smoke. I bring, if my friend has no idea when smoking mushrooms, vaping mushrooms, I would offer this in my lounge / spa as the cigar. That would be C''GAR. Taken from Agaricon, get it, cigar, cigar, C''gar. This particular device I got from Vupu. These devices I'm showing are all from Vupu. This is Vupu Argus Air Pod. Vupu Argus Air. The reason why it's called Argus Air is because of its size, and these holes are for air. You control the airflow by turning the cartridge 180 degrees to take advantage of either this side or this side. Well, of course I had to do that. Obligatory smoke. And then it's all self-contained in one unit. The good thing I found about the Bupu products is that their devices are equivalent to how much fluid they have, the energy in the device, and they're burning off the liquid. For example, this is 3 fluid ounces or 3 milliliters of fluid, and at the rate of smoking this, as this runs out of fluid, this runs out of battery. So it's close enough so that you're not going to burn the coil. Not easily, that is. So it helps on the longevity of the product. So this is an antique ashtray, one of those hurricane ashtrays. Here, let me show you. You would tighten it down. And it goes nowhere. So the cool thing about it, it's kind of like a ship's ashtray. Open it up, and I put a piece of hay in there to make it look like an ash. Okay, so the two more products I would like to, or two more vape devices I'd like to bring to your attention, and with another antique smoking setup. Like if you come into the sitting room visiting, we could have to sit here. I bring out a tray. This tray would have your your cigarettes in this. They would be vertical, and of course it's round. But I put these devices in to make it look cool. Here's the ashtray. Unique in itself. The grooves are both in the ash compartment and on the frame. You leave the frame behind. And copperware. This particular device is UL's Sculpture. Get it, Sculpture. UL Sculpture. And it smokes a beautiful mushroom cloud. It tastes very good. But back to Vuku. This is a nice setup. It's brass and copper. I enjoy it. I like it. But in a social setting, you have things like this involved. And my particular presentation would be the devices. The first one up, I would like to show is the Vuku AirPod. Vuku Pod rather. The Vuku Air is the one over there. These are Vuku or Vuku Argus. My mistake. The Argus. That's the Argus Air, and this is just Argus Pod. That's the Argus AirPod. So these are smaller. Here, I'll show you. At 2 milliliters for the cartridge, slightly thinner. But as the Argus AirPod has a nice feel. These have an excellent feel for their size. Their weight is just a beautiful feeling in the hand. I know Bufu got these cleared for the FDA because they allow a person to watch how much they're using. You see here, and as well, you can lock it so it doesn't fire up for somebody else to use it. It has a LED screen, so it's an electronic component in there. You can adjust the heat that it delivers to what's in there. I have it set for 6 watts. And this one's for 8 watts. So with these are my daily. I take these with me everywhere. You can adjust the airflow by this valve here. Right there, that one's wide open, more air. And then this one, again, wide open, more air. And as that one, the obligatory smoke. But what's going on with these is I have them both set up to see how many puffs I can get off of these cartridges before the cartridges fail. I'm as you noted, the numbers are in 4 decimal places. So 9999 would be 10,000 puffs. This one ran around to 9999 twice and is now at 806 puffs. So it's 20 or 2,000 or 20,806 puffs. While this one is 27,524 puffs. At 35 puffs a cigarette. Well, see, the thing is they get harder and harder as the juice clogs up the mesh in the coil that's inside the mouthpiece. It's still good smoke. So that's why the air was wide open, so I can get so as it heats up what's in the coil, it creates a better cloud. At the same time, allowing more fluid to get into the chamber to get heated up the next time. So what I'm doing is I sit there and I'll smoke continuously for a few minutes. And again, the batteries that are in here last pretty much the same time it lasts for to empty the vial. The two milliliters, the batteries last long enough so as to not to burn the cartridge, because if you get a dry hit, it'll burn the cartridge as well. I lucked out with these. So far, I haven't burned the cartridge with a dry hit. Now, I haven't been, it hasn't been going from start to finish charge per cartridge, mind you. What I've been doing is I've been going down to about a third, filling it up, and continuously, and then when it runs out of juice, I just plug it in. So it's a continuous filling up about a third. So I'm keeping away from burning the cartridge to see how long it'll last. Now I've been smoking mushroom vape for some time now, and as of January, I have been smoking strictly mushroom. Before that, prior to that, I had a mixture of, as I was explaining about the 100 milliliters. The reason why I use this, because I would do 90 milliliters and then 10 milliliters for the nicotine to get it at 10% nicotine. So That's why that equated to 900 milliliters when I used an ounce. Now, mind you, what began that particular cycle was this variety brand, this ultimate mushroom complex. This is what I began smoking the mushroom and nicotine with. So as you notice, uh, lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps, maitake, and chaga. This is an ultimate mushroom complex. The difference is I didn't use reishi nor maitake. I went with agarikon and tiger milk because I went towards the direction of the pulmonary system, my sixth blend. But I began with this one capsule, 90 milliliters. Get it? So when I jumped to these, I went with a gram at 900 milliliters. Aha. So that was 1/6 a gram. This is 6. All right. So you get it. You get it. You get it. Okay. So I made up that much. So the last one I want to explain. Again, I know I did it before. This is the Vape by Vupu. And my idea is to have a leather bound cigar box with 270 of these 3 milliliter cartridges. And that would be like giving somebody a box of cigars, right? But this right here is in 24 15 milliliter bottles. So this is 1 year's supply of any vape product. So I would like to get the FDA to approve it by utilizing that. This is already approved. And because the reason why this one's approved, the VMate, makes sense. And if an adult gets it, it's mushrooms, and they can keep an eye on their use. So if they get the 270 cartridges, it's charged, and when the battery runs out, this is out. So they just replace both the tip. They would go to their cigar box, just change out the tip and put it in the cigar box plug-in area, and it charges it. And conversely speaking, the cigar box would have a battery bank in it to be able to be charged by the wall. I'm really serious about making this thing happen. People would utilize these to come into my lounge. They went to the spot experience. They're smoking mushrooms. They go to the pulmonologist, and he does his record keeping, and then they have the rest of the day to play. I have game tables. I have podcast moments. I have even a gamer's room, a nightclub, and a superstructure built to grow plants and again mushrooms. So it has a large dance floor, but it's predominantly just made to make it a habitat easily to grow mushrooms. So at night we clear the dance floor and we have our social gatherings per se. Part of the facility is a compounding pharmacist because you can put in the vape solution the dosage you need for your medication that you need to take in a vape form. What else? I appreciate you taking your time and coming to watch my videos. Granted, I'm not the best charismatic type of entertainer. Well, my sole purpose is to try to get this up off the ground and running. The next videos I will show how to make 900 milliliters. Right now, what's in here is not 900 milliliters. This is 2 cups. Right, 100 milliliters basically is a half a cup. 200 milliliters would be a full cup, and so you can imagine what I'm getting at. It's 120 milliliters is a half a cup. That's the closest to a half a cup. 120 milliliters, right? So 240, 480, and on up. This is 480 milliliters. I want to send 600 or 360 to the FDA, so that's roughly a portion of this. Well, a good portion of this. So I'm going to need to make my own supply, so hopefully you'll tie in, you'll come in and watch me do this. Thank you for your time. But when I was mixing this with the ultimate, right, I had to filter it, and I was working with 100 milliliters at a time, so it was a lot easier. But it would take forever for it to filter, and I'd be left behind a lot of solids. So now with the extraction with the ethanol extracting process, it has virtually none left over, none. But I do filter it out to make sure, because you don't want to clog your cartridges, the coils in there. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.